Today, I want to share with you a truly incredible story. The story about the birth of Jesus Christ as it is told through the eyes of the innkeeper. Our story starts out because of the census that Caesar Augustus had ordered. That all citizens had been ordered to report to the city of their birth to register for the census in order to assess additional taxes for the treasury. Joseph, being a member of the house of David, packed up his young pregnant bride Mary, and off they went on the journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem. The road was hard and the trip was long, approximately 90 miles and a 4-day trip. When they finally arrived, just before sundown, they attempted to register at every inn in the town, with no luck as the inns were full of tired and hungry travelers who had traveled to register for the census as well. After all, it had been a very busy day. He had filled up the final one of the 12 modestly furnished rooms earlier in the day. He had even thought of meeting up with his shepherd friends in the pasture once he had turned over the inn's affairs to the night attendant. He had heard his shepherd friends on the night watch talking about an unusually bright star that had been moving in the heavens for many nights now. In his curiosity, he wanted to see this spectacle to behold for himself. The rumor buzzing around town was that the soothsayers in King Herod's palace that had been studying the unusual star were cowering in fear. Loath to tell the king the meaning of the spectacle, eventually they had to tell the king, for nothing escapes him. They knew that Herod did not suffer fools gladly. The prophecy will come to pass. The king to rule all kings was to be born very soon within Herod's kingdom. It was no wonder King Herod was in a vicious mood. It was thought that the ruthless King Herod would remove all threats to his kingship by all means, be they fair or foul. After all, it was bad enough he had to bow to the superior might of the Roman conquerors who had allowed him to be king within his territory as a small token to him. When they came to the last inn in town, Joseph and Mary entered the office of the establishment and found the innkeeper exhausted and sleeping on his stool. Joseph, tapping on the counter, startled the innkeeper, waking him up. But Joseph was visibly exhausted and leaning on his staff with one hand from the intense journey. And he was supporting Mary, who was heavy with child, with his other hand. She looked to be in some pain, yet the innkeeper noted the stately calm, grace and beauty about her. There was a mysterious glow about her. Joseph inquired about a room and told him his wife was about to give birth. The frustrated innkeeper practically screamed, "Are you crazy? Don't you know we are in the middle of a census? There is not a single room in this town that is available." And he attempted to drift back off into his slumber. But a desperate Joseph tapped on the counter again, persistently demanding that there must be something that the innkeeper could do, as they had been to every other inn in town and been turned away by each one. Rousing again, the innkeeper looked at the young couple with compassion and his heart filled with pity. He thought quickly of even offering his own home for them to stay for the night, but it was some distance away, so that was not an option. He had to think and act quickly. Realizing that this woman could give birth at any moment, and having witnessed his own mother going through the pains of childbirth and having helped his father deliver some of his brothers, he realized this was a less than perfect situation. Suddenly a brainstorm came upon him. "Maybe I have something for you. It's not much, but it would get you through this cold night at least," he told the couple. "Come and follow with me." As he quickly gathered some blankets and sheets, he instructed his attendant to heat water. He then gathered food and other provisions. He moved in haste, leading the couple to an empty stable a few yards behind the inn. Earlier in the day, even before the sun was up, he took to clearing the stable himself. He didn't know why he did it, but now he was glad he had. Thinking to himself that the squalid stable with its walls and roof could possibly provide shelter for this poor couple from the cold night, as the woman was so close to delivering her child. The innkeeper gave Joseph the blankets and clean sheets, the warm water and some extra oil for the lamp to burn through the night. He set a makeshift table for the bread, fish, and wine, and lit the lamp in one corner, moving hastily as he helped Joseph to make his wife comfortable. He could see the woman's face etched in pain, for the birth pangs seemed to be stronger now. Beads of sweat lined the woman's brow. The realization that he wasn't going to be able to meet up with his friends tonight. Somehow he knew his place was right here where he was needed for the long night ahead. Just before he went back to the inn to fetch a few more things, he said to them, "I'm Joshua. Let me know if you need anything else." The man replied, "Thank you. You have done more than you can possibly know. The Lord's light burns bright in you." Mary looked up at Joshua and smiled through her pain. For as long as he lived, Joshua will never forget that smile. Just a short time later, Mary's child was born that night. Joshua could not remember a night more filled with wonder, mystery, and myriad points of light. It was an incredible night. One he would never forget. A night like no other. Joshua's entire being was engulfed with the mystery happening before his very eyes. He remembered Mary wrapping her child gently in swaddling clothes and placing the child in a straw-filled feeding trough. The incredible thing was that the child was bathed in light. The whole stable was filled with warmth. Soft, sweet music seemed to emanate from a choir of angels above the stable, and a sweet heavenly fragrance wafted through the air. Joshua's shepherd friends came to visit the child. How could they have known? His friends told him that an angel told them about the good news. They were led to Joshua's stable, where they found the newborn king. Filled with awe, they knelt before the child. Later on that night, 3 men garbed in royal splendor and bearing gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh, traveling from afar, came to pay this child homage. They had been following the bright star hovering about the heavens for many nights, leading them to this dusty town called Bethlehem. Joshua's life was never the same again. The light of that bright night burned in his soul forever. He could not have known at the time he was witness to the unfolding of the greatest mystery on earth. As we conclude this story, did it impact your heart? If so, be sure to subscribe and follow our channel here at Carl Welver 4206 for more insightful and encouraging Bible study videos. And I wish you one and all a very Merry Christmas.